Hi, my name is Chester Johnson, and welcome to the Investment Meta, where every week we go through the most popular stocks on the Stock Bossa app to see what's going on and discuss the current meta of the stock market. Before I go into individual stocks, I want to put everyone's attention to a site called gurufocus.com. Check out the Buffett Indicator on there. It is very high. I should probably just show you really quickly. Buffett Indicator. Significantly overvalued. So from the past, when a situation like this occurs, in the next 10 years, you'll lose, 3.4% a year at this valuation level. So, this kind of valuation level happened when the tech bubble occurred, when other bubbles occurred. So you have to keep this in mind when you look at individual stocks, because there is an objective frothiness that's going on. The question is our measurement from the past a good indicator of this current frothiness, or is this just a new reality because of how low interest rates are and how fast and rapid businesses are growing their companies? Don't know, but always keep this in the back of your mind as you go through all of this. So, what's the most popular stock? Apple. Everyone on the site has lost 50%. Absolutely not. Everyone, all the data in the market right now is all screwed up from the split. So I think it was a 5-to-1 split. It was a 4-to-1 split. But Apple is I think the largest company now in terms of market cap, or near the top. Is that reasonable? I don't know. I think that if you're looking at Apple long term, then I think it's absolutely reasonable. I think they've started a dividend. Let me see here. I think they started a dividend. They have a slight dividend. 2.21 trillion market cap and growing. It's buyer beware, but at the same time, if you like Apple still and it's going well, then hey, go for it. Nike's very interesting. This one, the average return from our users is about 13%. Dividend rate's pretty low. Beta is pretty much following the market. So a pretty gray, nothing spectacular choice. They've been hit by the coronavirus. Their typical advertising through different sports like basketball has likely been hit, but they're following the market, and because they're a relatively good company, can weather COVID-19 and everything. So definitely makes sense that everyone is hopping on to Nike on the site. Amazon, I think, is another one that you can't really go wrong with the caveat that they're at 1.73 trillion. So still buyer beware. That 52-week range is a roller coaster ride. So you need to, if you want to buy Amazon, you're going to need to just buy it and likely forget about it for a while. Walmart is still pushing hard to compete with them. They're doing different changes to their business to fight against Amazon. I don't think the grocery market is going to be an easy one for Amazon to just take over. I think Kroger was already deep into user data, has a lot of user data because of their reward system, and so they're really going to compete with Amazon. So when you're looking at Amazon, you got to understand where they're growing, and sometimes it's not just in retail. They're also growing because of their technology. They have a lot of different services. Amazon Web Services, for example, hosts people's websites. So, and that's a significant player in the hosting business. So, before you look at Amazon, look at all their businesses so you understand what you're getting into. They're in streaming video. They compete with Netflix. They're doing a lot of things. And bizarre as it might sound, Bezos is a little distracted right now. He has personal things going on, and leadership at the top does matter. So, is he really focused right now? Are his lieutenants doing a good job? Amazon isn't just an easy, straightforward go for it. You need to really look at it and double check before you jump into it. And even if it is a good pick, there might be other better ones. Boeing is an interesting one. Boeing, and he went from $89 to $391. I was screaming last year, literally 52 weeks ago, that $391 was significantly overvalued. I didn't realize that it was that overvalued, though. I jumped in at I think a little above $89 during the circuit breakers and made some gains on Boeing. Is Boeing a good stock pick? At $100, it was very reasonable. Boeing is not going to go under. It is unfortunately a too big to fail company. Has too many secrets, too much proprietary knowledge and information to let it just go away. This is from someone from the aerospace industry saying this. So they're going to make it through it. But are the shareholders going to be happy with how the outcome is? Buyer beware. It could stagnate in below $200 for a while, and this did happen. There was a time like 5 years ago when I thought Boeing was very undervalued, and the market was saying that it was significantly overvalued at $150, and then it just skyrocketed from there. So because aerospace is very cyclical, you need to kind of take another look and be ready to hold on to Boeing for a while if you want to make some long-term capital gains. Tesla. Again, I had a split. All the data in the open market is just wrong right now. People are trying to fix the split data. But long story short, Tesla is not something an analyst can analyze properly. If you believe in Tesla, buy it and don't look at it anymore, because it is going to be a roller coaster ride, even more so than any other stock on this list. I will fully admit I have Tesla stock. I bought a few months ago. I bought in the middle of the pandemic. It has done, I think it's 3x. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it could just as well, lose 80%. So just be very careful with Tesla. If you want to buy it, then you need to just let it go for a while. You can't keep checking on it. You can't keep question yourself if you should buy and sell. Don't get in and out. Buy it for the long term and be wary. Be very wary. Tesla looks like it's going to succeed in other areas other than just cars. It looks like they're also going to do very well in batteries, and they could truly revolutionize batteries, and this could have other effects in renewable energy and other areas. So Tesla has a lot of opportunity, and in between that and the insanity, which is Elon Musk, that is the only two reasons why I'm in. And if you know me, I'm a pretty hardline value investor. So this is an unprecedented move for me, but I think it's the right one based on their push for innovation and their leadership at the top. Alibaba, I don't really know much about them, but I'm really happy that people on the site on Stock Gossip have chosen Alibaba. That's a you know that's one that isn't really well known. It is popular. It is a large company. I think it has, is it over a trillion? Not yet, but it's getting towards $1 trillion company. It is, it's kind of like the Amazon of the international uh, Amazon, but they do more than that. So yeah, I think that I'm glad to see other people on the site trying non. I don't believe it's a U.S. company. I'm pretty sure it's not. Um, so yeah, trying out something a little different from the norm is good. Caterpillar, I think, is also a fine move. There's pent up demand for Caterpillar as COVID goes away, so there's nothing wrong with that. The rest of these are great. Microsoft, Netflix, Walmart. I'm so happy to see people doing really well with these different stock picks. Zoom, everyone jumped on. It might be a moment to jump off, but don't know when. That's a crazy 52-week range. One thing that's interesting is American Waterworks. This is utility, and this is just this is a part of the stock market. I don't think there's anything wrong with American Waterworks. The average return for our members is a 4% loss, but I don't think that's should be surprising to everybody. This really is not the time for utilities, and utilities might be a reasonable company. It's probably undervalued right now, but there isn't capital going into it. It's flowing into all the momentum stocks. So, this thing could suddenly become the winner if things start to collapse with the momentum stocks, like everything else we've seen above here. But until then, that's just the risk, which is utilities aren't going to perform right now because money is going towards momentum stocks. Other than that, there's just a lot of good stuff here. NVIDIA, that's a great technology stock to jump into. They do not just graphic GPUs, but they are a big time software and hardware developer. Surprised T-Mobile is up 7%. Telecommunications kind of are like utilities, but people are speculating on 5G, so I get why there's some action in these stocks. Glad to see some people in Visa. Good to get into some financial stocks, especially the credit cards. A little speculation on AMC, trying to see if the movie theater market can come back. That is questionable at best. Though what's interesting about AMC is because it's the biggest fish in that pond, you could see a huge jump in AMC because once the dust settles and COVID's over with, all the other movie theaters might just go out of business, and AMC might be just the only one left and can take over other markets. So I get it. I think it's a speculation, but it's a reasonable speculation. Other than that, we got some interesting ETFs here, and then we have AMD, which is doing really well as it competes with Intel. It's gotten some good news, which I can't remember off the top of my head, but some good news versus Intel. So yeah, good stuff there. So thanks for watching. This is just a recap of the current stock meta based on the popular stocks on the Stock Gossip app and stockgossip.com. As you can see here, we can also take a look at the top guru stocks. These are not only the most popular stocks, but the stock picks of the best performing people on the site as well. And I think that's a good place to start talking next week. So thank you very much. Appreciate you watching, and please check out stockbossup.com. Check out our YouTube channel, Stock Team Up, and download the Stock Bossup app. Thank you very much.